Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, King of Comic Town, here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, we are back for a brand new week, a fresh week of good reads. Although, okay, you were pointing out that this week was kind of low on titles. Why? Is there a thing?
No clue.
Okay.
Absolutely no idea, but like this is normally what that fifth Wednesday in a month would be. But instead it's like the beginning of the month.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. It's a very small number, but we did find some good books to read.
Yes.
A lot of good things. Just a quick question for you. Are you caught up on She-Hulk?
Yes.
Okay. Last week's episode, did you enjoy? Was it fun for you? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Madison and Wongers is amazing. Like,
I need someone to make that like a meal, right? So you can go to a store or a convention and order a Madison and Wongers, and it's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be. Comment below if you think that that should be a meal and what kind of meal that should be. Jeremy, do you have a thought?
So I want a whole series around Madison.
Okay.
That during her being sent to the other dimension, she witnesses something. She now has to testify.
Yeah.
So the different Avengers, different heroes are like handing her off. So each episode is her time with a certain hero as they're trying to deliver her safely.
I need this. I need this.
Like I want her with Rocket Groot, and Rocket thinks she's like a cute pet and like entertains her. I want to see her and Drax's interaction.
Wow.
Put her with Bucky and Sam for a while. Let them deal with her.
And Mephisto's the big bad.
Listen, okay. Is it just me, but I literally wanted Madison to be Mephisto? Like, that's, I so want that to be her truth. Like, she is actually Mephisto in disguise.
With an E, but it's not where you think it is.
That's my...
That was it's not where you think it is. So like, oh my God. Because you know that was written because they've encountered someone who has that name, and that's what they say. Yeah. Without question.
And there is somebody out there that's like piecing it together 2 weeks later. Like, wait.
What? Oh, that's what it is. Big shout out to She-Hulk. If you're not watching it, you should.
You're missing out. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want Wong to have to explain to Steven why they're friends. Like, I want Steven to look at Wong
and be like, what? And he's like, listen. What are you going to say?
He has to take her to Carmitage.
Just because he's trying to show off. Like, nah, look, I got a job. I do this. I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. Let me show you some stuff. That's hilarious. Come get us, okay? We're out here. We're writing these stories for you, Marvel. Like, Feige. Just go ahead and do the thing and just show up. We'll sign whatever you need. It's all good.
I work cheap.
I don't. I'm expensive. Okay, so in terms of good reads that you should read, we've got one that's the same.
Yeah, just
one. I need to know the longest title that we've got this week. What do you got?
I'm already like dreading trying to figure out how to hashtag everything for Twitter. All right, so the Bone Orchard Mythos. 10,000 Black Feathers, number 1.
That is a name.
It is a long name. It is like... like if you put all my middle names together, you still wouldn't have a name that long. All right, Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Dave Stewart. Basically, the same creative
beautiful.
team. Yeah. Gideon Falls creative team for the most part. So this is the story. It's part of this Bone Orchard Mythos. Is like an overarching umbrella world that these creators are going to be working with, and they tell different stories, horror, science fiction, so stuff like that.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is absolutely breathtaking. If you're not familiar with Sorrentino's art, you need to educate yourself. Just do a quick Google search because it is when the choice
moody.
When the choice is made to be clean and vibrant, it has this very open quality where you feel like you can
popish.
And then there's the other style that is really like you're in a bad place and nothing good's going to happen. So anyways, this is the story of a young woman who has grown up. She's found success as being an author, kind of like a Stephen King-ish type horror, Clive Barker maybe, and her life has started to fall apart. She's having these nightmares that are just graphic and disturbing, and there's something from her past that is haunting her, and we don't know fully what that is yet, and I think that's going to be the joy of the journey. And to try to recalibrate her life, she goes back to her hometown and is going to be staying at the house owned by the mother of her childhood friend.
Okay. I feel like that's the beginnings of a recipe of disaster, but all right.
Yeah, so this is the world that we find ourselves. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, like, if you like the Gideon Falls, you're going to love this.
That one. Okay. All right. I like that. Kind of a fun little, not horrific, but there's some action in this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 9. I jumped on just because I thought this cover was super interesting. I was like, what's going on here? Creative team is because they hide this stuff. Why do they always
make you work
hide
for it?
They really do. Zeb Wells is a writer. Patrick Gleason, big shout out to Pat on art. The energy on this one is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is like an offshoot of the X-Men Gala, which is dope. If those of you that read that piece know that Mary Jane was on hand, however, she was a secret spy, not of her own will, though.
Yeah, there was
an attachment.
Yeah, meat suit.
Oh yeah. This is following up from that, but this is one of those cool things where I think by showcasing the brilliance of what the X-Men are now, you see like why they are a formidable force, how they are aware of things and like how they process stuff. You got Pete that's like, hey, this happened, and they're like, hold on, we'll find out, and he's like, how? Like, what are you doing? And they're like in his head to like get a recap of this is what happened. They're like, oh, okay, this is what we're gonna do about it. And he's like, wait, what? Can I go? And they're like, yeah, no, you're coming. Like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. But yeah, this is like a stellar like showcase of just the X-Men doing X things, and this playing into this greater whole of the MCU right now, or not MCU, Marvel Universe right now, which is super dope. You like that Freudian slip? MCU it just comes out.
Everything's kind of going that way, which I don't necessarily mind.
I mean, I don't mind it either. But can you get away and be like, no, I meant Marvel Comics Universe. Nah, my bad. But no, this was a lot of fun, and for the X-Men showing up, it's still very much so a Spider-Man story, which is great. Like when you can have guest stars and still focus, super dope, super dope. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, the entire creative team for this run of Amazing Spider-Man, Zeb Wells, JR, have been doing an amazing job.
Killer, absolute killer.
Great job, y'all. Yeah. Alrighty. Also from Marvel Comics, Predator number 2.
Yes.
All right. Ed Brisson, Kev Walker, Frank D'Armata. One of the really cool things about this Predator series is it's not about people being hunted by a predator.
Okay.
It's somebody who is hunting a specific predator. Yeah.
That's ballsy.
It is.
That is such a bold move to make.
They've figured out how to interact with them. They figured out how they communicate, how they hunt. They have like totally spied on and
they've broken it down. They cracked the code.
And so she's on this hunt. She's trying to track down the specific predator that killed her family. And with this issue, she's trying to make a pit stop. Her ship is jacked up, so she's got to get replacement parts to save it. And her ship specifically, she loves it because it's the last connective thing she has with her parents. Like everything, all of her family's gone. It's the family ship. So she's like really struggling. Like, I have to get these parts. And it's her trying to sneak into a facility that, of course, is like corporately owned, and she's on the outs. And it's just this survival tale of her trying to get from point A to point B, and then running into a situation that she has not planned for. Okay. And she has no idea what she's walking into.
Shiznittle bam snap.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool. It's a fast read. Number 1 should be readily available. Based on how Alien sold, a lot of shops ordered really big on Predator number 1. Really, 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 if you're in the market for solid Predator content and your juices have been reinvigorated with Prey, go track this down.
You know, the thing I love about that too is like a good Predator story doesn't start off about a predator. Like it starts off about a person. And those are the best ones because you are rooted. You're following that person, rooting for them, and you're like, yes. And then Predator shows me like, dang it, they're gonna die. Like,
it's not like picking 3 random people out of a hat, picking a scenario like, oh, they're in the jungle, and no, it's a story about
jumping right in. Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 15, Tom Taylor, Torme, Hannah, Blee. This one kind of is the end of this particular story arc, setting up something big that happens towards the end. Where we last left off, Jay is confronting Bendix and finds out that Bendix has turned his president mom into a superhuman weapon. That sucks. That sucks, right?
Stupid Bendix.
He's such a monster. What's amazing, though, is how into the Superman role Tom Taylor has written John, right? Like, the things that he's doing, he is almost a better Superman than his dad, because, like, we expect Superman to be this way.
Yeah.
To see John find how to get there on his own is something really beautiful, right? He's got, the same rules and structure. He's like, look, no killing, okay? We got to figure out how we're going to do this without getting anyone hurt unnecessarily. Yeah. If at all. Like, that's his thing. He's like, I don't want anyone hurt. I want to save the day. How do I do this? And you see, like, how in this really great, awesome, character-driven way, he's almost relegated to the background to be the shield, as everyone needs him to be. And then almost literally, because Bendix does a thing. If you're an old school Stormwatch fan, you know what this is. And he does this. And this is going to have repercussions long form, because as John is describing, something is happening, but he doesn't understand what it is yet. And we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
So changes are on the horizon. I was about this, though. Like, this was brilliant. Big shout out to some of the guest stars in this one. I think one of the best guest stars of this issue is this guy. When it comes to bald bad guys, there can be only one. Yeah. There can be only one, okay? And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Actually, okay, so I saw a TikTok. This was a brilliant conversation piece that Warner Brothers has squandered an opportunity. Okay, so if you get this book, there's an ad on the front inside cover for that.
Yes.
Now, I understand that this project was a passion project for this person. Yeah. But this TikToker suggested that that's not who he should have played. That in this era of Warner Brothers DCEU movies focusing on villains, that he should have been the guy that shows up.
That would be interesting.
Yes. Like, how that would have changed the game and would have been such a compelling iteration. I'm like, I can't argue that.
Yeah. We would have seen him a completely different set of acting chops.
Right? Like, as someone who might like to play the bad guy or may not be the bad guy in his own mind, like, what would that look like? And it might. I feel like I was like, ooh, that's a good point. Okay, so the question is, who am I talking about? Answer below. If you're right, I will tell you you're right. If you're wrong, I just won't say anything. I'll like your comment though. Yeah, that's fair. I'll do that. Yeah, look for that around. Let's see. Let's put a time frame on it. We'll say between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because this will be up for a few hours by that point. Drop your thoughts into who you think I'm talking about. DCEU, actor, character, switcheroo. There you go. Okay, this was fun.
It continues to be so much fun.
Okay, so Chris Tex, Santos, Samurai Doggy, #2, AfterShock, big shout out to them. This takes a very anime tone by focusing on a totally different character from the title character and getting like a day in the life of them. Yeah.
This dude's he's somewhere in between scumbag. Yeah. And like I feel for him.
Sidekick, like scumbag and sidekick. Like you can see it building. Dude got hosed though. Like he got
right.
I was like, oh,
yeah. So it's this guy, and he's going about his day, and he's trying to make purchase. He's trying to conduct business while at an open air market, and some of the stuff he's into, I don't think is legal.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, no. When you have some of the nicknames for the items used, like that feels
a little
like it might end you up in the El prison.
Yeah, I want to know what this tastes like. Whatever this thing is,
right? I was like,
because he was coveting it very hard.
He was in that, it's something on a stick.
Yeah, something fried on a stick. And it's robot friendly. It seems. Yeah. So, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. He's like the Skeeter in this Doug Funny universe. Yeah, trust the Blueskins, man. Yeah, we got it. But no, it was interesting. Like, he's kind of naive,
Yes.
right? Because he totally fell for that dude's.
And he's trying to hustle.
He is.
He just sucks at it.
He's bad.
And all this is taking place while the first issue is happening.
Yes.
And it dovetails and catches up at the end.
Yes.
Where Samurai Doggy goes off.
Mm.
And that's one thing I love about it is how it's like bringing these different characters together.
Yep.
In a way that most of it's like in your first issue, like, oh, here's all the cast characters go. It's more, I don't know, Tarantino-ish.
Kind of, yeah.
There's different stories
That all coalesce.
Yeah. And yeah, I like if that's how we're going to set up everybody,
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the personality of this character that otherwise just would have been a sidekick.
Right. Now we have some interest in them as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know their name yet. I don't think we caught that, did we?
I missed it.
Yeah.
But I
think that's part of the fun of it. Like, we're just...
Why didn't he get his yellow submarine? Like, that's what
I forgot, man.
It's like Rocket.
He didn't think about it.
And that arm,
Totally
I want him to get his yellow submarine.
Gimme. This needs to be a poster.
Yeah.
Even if you just crop it down to here, I need that as a poster.
So I hope this gets optioned, so that there will be a need for a poster, and then it's right there.
I hope it gets optioned so that there are plushies.
Yeah,
of Samurai Doggy.
You could totally do plushies and action figures with this.
I want that so bad.
And it's got this science fiction lone wolf and cub. Yeah,
it's got the right vibes, man. Like, that's fun comics, and I think that's the thing. Like, in this day and age where so many people are so worried about corporate comics and continuity, this is just fun.
Yeah,
pick this up and just enjoy yourself for like 10-15 minutes and check out some cool stories, some fun artwork. There it is, right there. Yeah. All right, so those are good reads that you should read. If you got a little extra cash, you want to add some things to your pools, those are what you should be taking home with you. But if you got limited amount of dollars, as some of us do, like, it's very true, these are ones that we think you got to go home with.
You cannot miss.
Yeah, no. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total books here. So we're stretching your limits here. We've got one that's the same. But then we've got 2 more that make the list and are totally different books.
We just go crazy.
Where do you want to start?
Do you want to end with this?
Oh yeah, we gotta end with that. We gotta end with that.
Right. Now I've read the first 2 issues. We reviewed the first issue of this.
Mind if we do? Okay, this is crazy. Dark Spaces, Wildfire, Scott Snyder, Hayden Sherman, Rhonda Pattinson. I grabbed it because this cover got me. Right. Look at it.
Almost use the F word. It is that great of a cover.
It is that good of a cover. So I saw the visual imagery and I'm like, that's dope. Then you look up in the corner and you go, oh, this is who made it? Okay, I'm reading this. Yeah. Unlike you, I had not read 1 and 2. So I had no context for what was happening. But sometimes that's the thing that I like to do. I call it the spinner rack model, right? Yeah. The newsstand, capacity. Because sometimes back in the day, before you had stores like Comic Town, the greatest comic shop in the universe, you had to just read books as you found them. Yeah. Like, that was just it.
Whatever was in the wild at that time.
That's what you got. Yeah. Like, that was it. So I like to pick up books sometimes where I have no context for it whatsoever, and I start reading. And this one, oh my gosh. You've got 2 storytellers in Scott and Hayden that they know what the medium can do. Yep. And they use it. We're talking, like, I want to see the script to this. Okay, Scott, if I'm on your Substack or your subscription service, can I see the script to this? Because if that's what you're using as teaching tools, I'm signing up.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I'm signing up. Like, without question, I'm signing up. Because how do you describe what this is? Yeah. Or is Hayden just going like, I'm about to go off. I'm just about to do this thing. Like, look at what I do. And if so, Scott, tell me the joy that you get when these pages come in, when you are astounded by the circumstance of what the storytelling is. Because look at this. Yeah. Freaking beautiful.
Yeah. Well, seeing the evolution of Hayden over the years.
The next best thing.
Yeah. They're absolutely, every book they put out is better than the one before.
Every single last one. Okay, so you had to clue me in on what this actually is about. Yeah. I'm literally in this space where I'm watching an episode of a show. I have no context for it, but I'm fascinated. The storytelling, the character development, I'm getting people's voices. I'm picking favorites for people I don't even know as to why they're in this room together. Like, at the end, I'm like, no, Ma! Like, Why? Because that's what
Right?
this
Yeah.
gave me as an issue. And I had no understanding of what it was until I talked to you, and you're like, "Oh, this is what it's about." I'm like, "Wait, what? That's what's happening?"
Yeah, yeah, it's that good. Yeah, like it's a crime story. Women from a penitentiary are working as emergency firefighters in a forest fire, and they figure out that because of this fire and because of a house that's in that area that's going to burn down eventually, they can escape. And that's just the jumping point.
I had none of that. None of that, and still enjoyed the heck out of this book. It was that good of an issue of a larger story that now I can't wait to get a part of, because wow, that's how you do it. Like, from now on, okay, this is it. I just want to be able to pick up a random comic and fall in love, because this is now the bar. Okay, if I can't do that with your book's trash. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. It's my bar now. Blame Scott. Blame Hayden. It's fine.
Yeah. From IDW.
Hey, IDW original.
Yeah, IDW, Trve Kvlt, but it's spelled weird. It's spelled like the Norwegian black metal way of spelling.
Right.
Spelling it. All right. So, okay, this is also a crime story.
Okay.
The creative team, Leanna Kangas, Scott Brian Wilson, they both are the co-creators. Leanna doing the art, Scott doing the writing. And if you've not seen any of Leanna's art, you really, really, really need to. They've done some covers, they've done some interiors, and it's just awesome. And then you combine that with who's doing the coloring, because Gab Contreras is doing the colors, and it just has this very vibrant pop culture-y sort of thing. Awesome. Nice. All right. So now that we've got the creative fundamentals taken care of, so this story involves some people that work at Burger Lord, which is basically Burger King. It's a fast food restaurant.
Yes.
And one of them gets caught up in this not mistaken identity, but they've got something that's stolen specifically from this group of like cartoonish Satan worshippers.
That's a problem.
It is
a problem.
Phenomenal. So she is trying to figure out where her friend went to, like what happened to him, because he's gone. Like, he's just disappeared. His car is still there. The trunk of the car is popped open, and there's a gun by it, but he has no idea where he is. And he has been kidnapped by these people who think that he is some kind of criminal mastermind. And he's not. He's just somebody in the wrong
dude, man.
And they've brought him on board because Satan has given them he's like the chosen one to do this job that he has no qualification for. And oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like what the Satanic Panic should have been, like in real life. Like, instead I got made fun of for playing D&D, and I could have been like brought in on a criminal scheme. It just I
feel like you feel upset about that. Like,
I
you
am.
missed out.
I'm really, like, I was there. If the Satanic Panic was like a pyramid scheme, I was there on the ground floor.
Dang it!
And I don't got nothing. Nothing.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's absolutely.
I love their very Moobies Clerks 2 design for their uniform.
It is.
That's brilliant.
It's like, it's so perfectly executed, like the corporate-y, like boop-a-doo goofiness of Burger Lord, and then this whole right,
because that's such a good name.
It's just the point is that 666,666 years is the term of the contract. Yeah, no, it's
That's fun. I like it. Okay. For my next up, this is a tie-in to the X-Men Avengers Eternals Judgment Day, X-Men Red number 6, Ewing, Cassili, Blee. Okay, so the reason why I grabbed this one, one, there's just too many daggone X-Men titles going on right now. I don't know how to follow all this. It's so much, but I'll try to bounce in and out just to see where things are going. One of the reasons why I did is because somebody that I was watching on YouTube, and I want to say it was Rob Jefferson with Comics Explained, might have been him, was talking about a recent bit on X-Men Red where Magneto, in a fight with Uranos, got his heart snatched.
It happens.
Yeah.
It just
like literally ripped out of his body.
Yeah.
But Magneto is using his powers to keep his blood flowing, so he's still alive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold up.
The iron in the blood.
That's dope, right? Like, look at, like, Jeremy's like, oh, that's kind of fire. So this is picking up where Uranos. Okay, so backstory: the Eternals have this new Prime Eternal in Druig, right? And he's trying to, or Druig, is that how you say it? Druig. Yep. He's trying to make a name for himself by doing something bold, and he figures the thing to do is to wipe out excess deviation by way of mutants. That because the mutant population has figured out how to become immortal through the resurrection process, that's an excess of deviation, and they gotta go. That's his plan. He has let out Uranos, who is one of the worst Eternals of all time, apparently, and allowed him out for an hour, and Uranos has almost totally destroyed everyone on Arrakos. Yeah. Like Mars. Almost everybody. But once his hour was up, the things that he brought with him were allowed to stay and continue the job. Oh. That's where this is picking up, which is messed up, right? So you've got the remnants of Arrakos, like, mutant population who have a very different like setup than the Krakoans. Like they don't believe in the resurrection process. Like there's a lot of things that they don't believe in. If you come as a friend, you're a friend, but if you come to fight, well then they have to fight you. Like there is no such thing as retreat. It's wild. But we see some characters that we know and love, like this young lady here, doing big things, wrecking shop, breaking things down.
Yeah, that dude creeps me out.
Dude, he is kind of, it's the eyes.
Yeah, and he's got that. There's a variant cover with him just.
I didn't like that one.
I didn't being like majestic and just rippling. And
I couldn't look at that one. That was too creepy.
Putting a man in salamander.
We see these guys doing their last ditch efforts of cleaning up shop, like taking care of these tools. They're like, nah, we got to handle this. And then they find out that these things can do something that they were not prepared for, which really sucks. They can, in fact, heal themselves.
What?
Yeah. So some of the last ditch efforts of people who, sacrificed it all to try to take these things out for naught. But I mean, when you're talking about like, what's a cool moment in comics that would make somebody just want to stand up and be like, oh, I want to read that.
That
happened.
People forget about her power level.
Right. And like, she's teaming up with him to boost his level because she's like, there's this natural thing that happens when we're around each other based on the scale of what we do. They feed off of one another. And I'm like,
See, that's classic X-Men awesomeness. That's what you want from your X-Men.
All day. Would you, okay, I'm going to ask a crazy question.
Okay.
Would you ship them?
Oh.
Right?
I could see it.
I could see it too. I could totally see it.
Both of them are majestic.
Yes.
Both of them are type A leaders. Both of them are ridiculously powerful and slept upon at times.
I think that would be a coupling that there would be some people that would be like, no, but I'm like, you couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
You could not do anything about it. And again, like if this creates a thing where what she did, he's like, I might have to do something to thank you. I could get with it.
The powers are complementary.
Right?
There's no arguing that.
I'm almost saying like that would be a power couple that would knock Jean and Scott off. Like you're like, get out of here, little Firebird. Like you can't touch this one.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be
okay.
That's interesting.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Alrighty. When issue 1 of Sacrament by AWA Upshot came out, I reviewed it and I had it on Goodreads.
Yes.
And so they reached out and they were like, well, please review number 2.
Ooh.
And we feel that it will be on your must reads. I'm like, bet. All right, cool.
Challenge accepted.
All right. So Sacrament, it is. Sacrament number 2, Peter Milligan, Marcella Frusen. So this is...
There you go. Get that freaky, scary stuff in space. I cannot with you.
It's my thing.
I know.
It's my thing. And since I lost my third nipple. So if you took Blade Runner and Prince of Darkness, which is one of the Apocalypse trilogy movies from John Carpenter.
There you go.
And merged them together, you kind of get this sort of thing.
Okay.
Yes, takes place in space. Humanity has spread itself among the stars. But... its superstitions, its mythology have followed it. And this is the story of a priest who has lost his faith. There are people still out there practicing religion, but for the most part, religion has been frowned upon or criminalized because science covers everything. Science has an explanation for everything.
Right.
So this dude is captured, and instead of being sent to prison like he was expecting, he's brought to another planet to specifically perform an exorcism on a person there. And he doesn't believe anything anymore. He's going through the motions because that's what he's supposed to do. And he
got no faith.
And he's like, okay, so this is obviously some kind of extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, something is doing this, and it's not...
This isn't what you're saying it is.
Demonic. And as he's going through he's trying to get out of doing it because he doesn't believe in it, and he doesn't want to mess with it because he had a really, really bad experience with an exorcism in the past. And over the course of the story, he's forced into it. And he fully remembers all of his repressed memories about that botched exorcism from the past. And he's basically confronted with the fact that, no, this is something. This is something supernatural. And that potentially the only thing that can take care of it is something of his faith.
Wow.
And it's rough. It's dark.
What a challenge.
Yeah. Every aspect of this also clicks. The art, the color choices. Yeah, I'm big on color for
I mean, because it's a communicative tool, man. It's important.
And
that's awesome.
The devil has come to this place, and we don't know if this dude's got the chops. And one of my favorite things about this, and this is, it's so creepy of you to do it, Peter, is the way that you have the bad guy saying the same thing at two different times.
Oh.
And that's like the linchpin. That's when when that happens, he's like, oh God.
Oh, yeah. You're familiar. You know me. You know me.
So it's super, super awesome. It's space age, but it's so, this should be Carpenter. Please,
make it happen.
Please, John Carpenter, do this. So
Find it, make it.
If Event Horizon was really good, and not just good.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I know a lot of people that love Event Horizon.
Yeah.
So there's
not many of us, but we do. But we love the crap out of it.
To make it even better? Okay. Yeah. All right. Last but certainly not least,
Tights and Capes done right.
Oh my God. Batman versus Robin #1. Mark Waid. Azar. I don't know how to say Azar's first name. I've been a fan for a very long time. Mahmoud Azrar. I literally have been a fan. Like, I remember I saw your stuff. Oh God, was it Tumblr back in the day? Like, I used to like post all these different sketches, and I just fell in love back then. But I've never met you, so I don't actually know how to say your name. So I apologize for that. But this is everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark Waid is firing on some crazy cylinders with the world's finest title.
Yeah.
Bringing a tone of fun and excellence to comics that like makes you feel like a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely he is channeling all of the awesome about 80s and 90s comics into this, because you've got if you gave the trope to just anybody, like, okay, it's going to be Damian fighting Bruce, 99% of the time you're going to get crap back.
Yeah, yeah.
But the way this is handled, it brings you a completely, when that plot hook happened,
man,
I was like, now that makes sense. And the way it was drawn,
beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. We start off with this kind of, I don't know, checkpoint of where things are in the Batman world, right? Like, Bruce isn't at the Wayne Manor anymore for reasons, smart ones, actually. That makes sense. But everything is kind of being brought together in this way that is uneasy.
Yeah,
you know,
it's happening too smoothly.
Right,
everybody knows it. God,
that was such a man. I was like, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. And the tests, as it should be.
Yeah.
Like, boom, 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 boom. When I saw these folks here.
Yeah.
I didn't know who this was, but this one I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Considering how we just...
It's a really interesting collection of characters that you would not expect to be together, but they all fit, and they're all in that sort of age range.
Yep.
Yeah.
It works out really, really well. You talk about another one that should be a poster.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Why don't they go after...
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because that would all...
Like right there. Oh. That's a really good question. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll make sense when you read it.
Yeah, you read it and you'll be able to see.
Yeah. That is a poster.
That
could have been one of the
could have been a cover.
variants. Yeah,
Right. Like I would have been all
there.
over that. Maybe that's going to be like a variant for second printing or whatever.
Maybe. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So we have Damian, and this really won't be a spoiler. He is on the offensive. Okay.
Yeah.
Like he is going after Batman. Without like, I mean, he's not holding back at all. He's trying to get him. And
he wants him out of the way.
He does.
He's tired of waiting to be the next Batman. He's tired of Bruce's coddling, like as if you can call what Bruce does coddling.
Right. I mean, in a way.
And he's put together his crew, and he like it's killing. Like that is his mission.
Gonna get rid of him. You see Damian, even in his efforts that don't work out completely, still effective. Yeah. Like he is a force to be reckoned with, and forcing Bruce to try to figure out like what is happening. Like I can't just beat this. I need to understand what is happening. And the explanation of what is behind this already. Like we're already getting it at the end of this book. Yeah. And
but it only sets the stage. Like it doesn't. You're not like, oh, okay, crap, they burned it out. No. You're like, holy crap, what are they going to do? Because this is not just like I'm going to fight my son. Or no,
not at all. This is we're having a problem. Like at first, I thought this was who it was.
Same.
Until I realized, like, oh, he's just looking at it. Like, that's not even. Well, who is this? And
because they got to be powerful enough to do that. And
they are. Even though they're a fairly new character.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I enjoyed the most. Like, this is a new character, so we've got room to grow, room to build, and
that pile of stuff.
That's some of the most dangerous things I've ever seen in my life.
Right?
Like, that's... Okay, so I'm really curious. Okay, so here's my no prize to you guys. Who can name the most pieces of the puzzle here? Because I've got a few of them, but, like, I'm not sure whose this belongs to. Yeah. So that's when I'm like, I don't know. But, like, almost everybody else, I think I got. Yeah. But, like, this one hurt my feelings.
Oh, yeah.
That hurt my feelings completely.
What I find interesting is that.
That is a tricky one.
Why did you go after that person?
Well, which one do you think that is? Yeah, that's the real question. I think I know which one I think it is, but, you know, there you go. Absolutely fascinating read. Yeah. This one, I mean...
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Without question. Batman versus Robin. Grab that because you need that. It's freaking amazing. Oh, gosh. Some really good books this week. Really enjoyed the experience of reading them, which is always a good thing. I did try to tackle the Flash movie tie-in, and it was interesting. If it's what the movie is,
yeah, like we don't know if it's a prelude or a sidelude or
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was interesting. Didn't make the cut for this one because I thought there were some other books that I thought should get highlighted, but interesting. Yeah. But I liked the things that I read here, and hopefully you liked us talking about it. And if so, click that thumbs up, man. We need that. You know, you've made it this far in the whole conversation, so come on, give us a like. Yeah, just one like. That's all we're asking.
Subscribe. We do this every week. Drop it onto the YouTubes. Right. So hit the bell and then set your phone to all notifications for us, and
then we'll show up for you. Yep. Like we'll be in your ear before you go to the comic shop. And we'll tell you good things like this. Then you can go look for them. Make sure you get them. Add them to your pull list because we know you want this. We're telling you without spoilers.
Yeah,
no
spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, it's super dope. Yeah. So I guess we'll see you guys next week. See you at the comic shop.
Toodles.
Bye.